Lee Waldman is live once again for us in Kerrville. Lee, we talked to you last week, so what's the latest for you now on the ground as we enter week 2 here?
Jacob, Steph, good to be with you both again this morning. You can see the rain is coming down. It has been all morning long. Our team here was talking about the fact we heard the thunder and lightning overnight. It was the same story this weekend, and it actually caused first responders and volunteers who are working in this area to have a temporary suspension of those ground search efforts because of the dangerous flood risk here for this community. Now, all of this is happening as the calls for accountability continue. Rescue operations picked back up over the weekend as water rose in central Texas. The Texas game wardens posted that multiple people have already been rescued, urging the community to be weather aware. The National Weather Service forecasting the Guadalupe River reaching flood stage in several places.
We're not out of the woods yet, not to mention that the recovery zone area there along that river is 121 miles. So it is a very massive undertaking.
Texas Representative Tony Gonzales is continuing the calls for accountability after floodwaters killed at least 132 people, including 27 campers and counselors at Camp Mystic in Hunt, Texas.
What can we do in order to prevent this from happening again? To me, that is a level of accountability that we need to have going forward. We can't just allow girls to drown in the middle of the night.
Commissioner Don Buckingham with the Texas General Land Office says their office will be in Kirk County to help the community heal.
I know that the people on the fence, the pictures there, that they would want us to rebuild in their memory, and we are going to do that.
Thousands of volunteers like Michael Geyer are working tirelessly to help the families of at least 150 missing people find closure.
Even if it means just finding the remains, that's more than enough for me to kind of just give satisfaction that I did a job well done. It's very humbling just because all we're finding right now is just belongings.
In Kerrville, I'm Lee Waldman. And this morning at 9 a.m. local time, the Kerr County commissioners will be meeting, and on their agenda it says they will, quote, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action following an update on those ongoing search and recovery efforts that's been happening here now, going on to their second week. Jacob, Steph.
All right, and Lee, you briefly touched on this in your story. There's been continued calls for clarification on the FEMA response. What else are officials saying?
That's a great question. It's one we've been following now for more than a week. We know typically that these urban search and rescue crews are historically put in place very quickly after a disaster happens. But according to multiple sources, the urban search and rescue teams in this case weren't deployed out for more than 72 hours after this flooding started. They were deployed on Monday. The flooding started on Friday, and that was the Monday deployment was days after a live victim had been found from this flooding. Now, Secretary Kristi Noem, she touched on it this weekend, saying that those reports were not true. They were coming from people who didn't want to name themselves, and vehemently denied the accusations that there was a delay in sending out those search and rescue crews. She also touted the success of how the state and federal agencies are working together in these ongoing search and rescue efforts.
Okay, Lee, they're on the ground in Kerr County. Thank you so much.